I'm outside the ICE police. They took my brother. I told them I'm not leaving. I told them I'm gonna stand right next to the ICE freaking facility until they let him out. I brought him Gatorade. He's done nothing wrong. He has no criminal history. He's done nothing wrong. He's literally a kid. He goes to school and he works. Like, he's done nothing wrong. I need an immigration lawyer to come and get him out because I can't. With all my credentials, I can't.
My kids are gonna be without their dad for 10 years.
I have zero sympathy for Cubans that voted for that delinquent motherfucker. Y'all are now facing the consequences of your own actions because of your pure fucking ignorance.
Look at your kids. Look at your last names. Where you coming from? Look at your last names. Regalado, Bermudez, Gonzalez.
I will vote for Donald Trump. Why didn't y'all let me know? Y'all let me know everything. Why y'all ain't let me know this lady was outside Miami federal court crashing out? Because now she's regretting her vote for voting for Donald Trump. Because her husband is getting deported expeditiously. But say it louder with me. I will vote for Donald Trump.
There are people with mental health issues. There are people with panic attacks, anxiety attacks. They rather to die than go back to Venezuela.
Hello lovelies, welcome back to this episode. It's quite funny to see how till date this Miami Cuban, they are still coming out on internet crying a lot the way they are being detained, the way they are being separated from their families. I came across this particular video. This young lady was crying a lot that the ICE detained her brother. A lot of people came out to tell her, who did you vote for? Imagine, you are crying a lot, you are crying, looking for help after problems comes at your doors. Guys, when you try to see this story of these Cuban Latinos for Trump, it is something we'll keep talking because these people, they betrayed them, they lied to them. They thought that when they came out in a big number to join the Republicans to vote for DT to come back in the office, they thought that they are going to deport each and every migrant reside in America. Now, see the results. Let's talk about this episode. Let me know your thought and your opinion. Then we'll come back with more commentaries.
Being from Miami, I don't know how to feel about Cubans being in their find out era. Because they took over Miami, and it was to the point where you couldn't even find a job unless you spoke Spanish. And even if you spoke Spanish and you wasn't Cuban, you wasn't getting that job. And I give them a lot of credit because before their family or friends would leave Cuba, they would already have a job, a car, and a place to stay by the time they reached Miami. They really set up their people very, very well. Even had a wet foot, dry foot policy. Where they messed up at was thinking that they thought becoming a Republican was going to make them turn. And the whole time they're speaking Spanish. And a majority of them didn't even bother to learn English, but yet they thought they were. And my main question is, what is the difference between Fidel Castro and 45? Until then,
this is what Latinos don't understand about why Trump is being so aggressive, man, with mass deportations to the point where they're not even risking it and pretty much everybody's getting lumped in together, right? Most Latinos operate from a place, bro, where they think they personally know every single person that came in here illegally. And a lot of Latinos even have family members and friends, you know, that are here illegally, right? So they're kind of personally, emotionally invested in the issue. But what they don't understand is, man, that when the United States government, when the Trump administration looks at all the people that came here illegally, I mean, they don't know these people, bro. They don't know good from bad, who's a criminal and who's not. So they're not taking any chances because, again, 1,000 great people can come through that border, man. But if only 2 evil people, man, walk through with them, I mean, the amount of damage that they can cause in this country is insane because the only thing most criminals in America fear is prison. These people from these third world countries, prisons in America is like a resort. It's like a 5-star hotel to them. You understand what I'm saying? And so many people, so many United States citizens are not here with us today as a result of what the previous administration did by just bringing those people in here by the truckloads. We've heard countless stories online of specifically women and children being raped and unalived. Try to explain to the family and friends of those victims, man, why it's a good idea to just leave some of these people here, man. A lot of the victims were Latinos. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of Latinos gotta take that into consideration, man. When they be like, oh, nah, just leave them here. They're not a crime. Don't nobody know that, bro. Ain't nobody got time to get to know everybody, man, one-on-one. Are you crazy?
My mother always told me, when somebody throws stuff in your face, like, I did this. We did this for you. I did this for you. This. Excuse me. That means they never did it from their heart. It wasn't pure. They only did it to hold it over your head. And let me say something. I'm going to say this to the Latin community and all the other communities that's trying to bully us into coming out there to protest. Let me explain something to you. You can shove that talking point. Talking about, well, we was out there with y'all for Black Lives Matter. I'm going to tell you what. I didn't ask y'all to be no damn where. I know me. I didn't ask you for shit. I didn't ask you to do nothing. I didn't ask you to stand out there. I didn't ask you to do nothing. What I did, I called on my community. My community. To be like, we need to be out there. We need to be doing putting out resources and all that shit. I ain't asked nobody else. See, all of this anger, energy that you got towards us, you need to do that to the people in your community that voted for this. That's what you need to do. Leave us alone. Stop bothering us. We told y'all over and over and over again for months. We said this. And y'all made a little bop. I billboard for Donald Trump. That's exactly what y'all did. Latinos for Trump, holding up signs, talking about mass deportation. But like we said, we clocked y'all's tea. We clocked it.
Y'all Latinos are choosing to be combative with Black Americans because y'all getting shipped the fuck up out of here. Showing up to a Juneteenth celebration is ultimate disrespect. Showing up to what we celebrate, y'all ain't fight. You all have aligned yourselves so fucking hard with the Trump supporters that you think that you can deflect on us. Check this out.
Yeah, it's a celebration. We don't go to Easter Lake. We don't go to Easter Lake in y'all events. Do that stuff over there.
Hold on, let me deal with
Yeah, that's how I respect though for our community. We don't go to Easter Lake and the Signal Mall where y'all have y'all celebrations.
They show no respect towards the black man. The black woman had to step in to talk to them, and finally they listened to the Hispanic lady.
I'm glad that I wasn't at the Juneteenth where y'all showed up, because I would have been snatching y'all motherfucking signs down. Yeah, snatching y'all shit down. Because guess what? Y'all got blessed with businesses that we couldn't get blessed with. Y'all go and hate on us to HR. Y'all on the contract sites, on the sites, deep, reporting us. So now it's your motherfucking turn. Deal with it. Stop coming for us, because this smoke y'all do not want. I don't give a fuck how many of y'all get on here talking about, oh, this, that, and the third. We don't give a fuck.
To my Hispanic brothers and sisters, we do know that all of y'all did not vote for Donald Trump. But we do know that more than half of y'all did. Your argument is not with us. We have shown you what can happen. We have shown you what white people will do to you. We've shown you. But you do not want to be anywhere associated to black folks. I mean, they're literally doing what they did in history. If you think about it, they said those who don't understand history will be doomed to repeat it. Today, history is being repeated in a modern way. So they say that the Hispanics, which I'm not quite sure about that, but they said the Hispanic back in the day ruled the southern part of the U.S., right?
Folks do know that Mexicans,
Hispanics and Latinos are not the only immigrants in the United States of America. For all the black folks out there, real quick, y'all do realize folks from the Caribbean are considered immigrants. Folks from the continent of Africa are considered immigrants. So when you say as black folks, this is not our fight, or you're sitting it out because they voted for this, who is the they? Because people from Latin American countries are not the only people that are getting kidnapped by ICE. And folks being deported are not citizens and therefore cannot vote. The biggest content creator on this app was detained by ICE. He is not Latino or Hispanic. He is black and actually has European citizenship, from Italy to be specific. So where's the line? Because y'all do know Shirley Chisholm, both her parents are from the Caribbean. Marcus Garvey, Jamaica. Malcolm X's mother is from Grenada, and that's not a state in the South. And for everyone still talking about the election, but somehow anti-immigrant and immigration, y'all do know Kamala Harris's parents are immigrants.
Are now crying and suffering the fucking consequences of their own stupid fucking motherfucking actions. I just watched 3 back-to-back interviews with different Cubans that came from the island that had some type of application in with immigration and were deported back to Cuba, and they were supporters of the rapist, crying on camera. One of them even has a disabled child and another little kid. The wife had to stay back, and he was deported back to Cuba. And they were staunch supporters of this delinquent piece of shit. I am Cuban. I was born in Cuba, but I consider myself to be Cuban-American. I decided to educate myself from a very young age. Back in about 2004, when John Kerry was running for president, I already knew at that point that I was a Democrat because I aligned directly with those values, because I learned in political science and U.S. history classes in school what being a Democrat or aligning with those values was in comparison to conservative values. And mind you, my family were refugees from Cuba. My dad was a political prisoner, right, in Cuba. My whole family is conservative, Republican. But from a very young age, I decided to educate myself, to go to college, to do my own research. Even from the time I was a kid, even before going to college, I did my own research. And I always have. When you come from another country and you decide to go from one dictatorship to another, and you decide to continue supporting the same bullshit, just instead of with a communist flavor, with a fascist flavor, then you are going to reap what you sow, and you are going to collect the fruits of the bullshit that you decided to vote for.
So I just saw a video of a Miami Cuban woman, and on the screen, she's like, Miami Cubans having to defend our reputation because we're getting dragged online again. And I told y'all how much I hate Miami. I never told y'all why I hate Miami so much. I hate Miami so much because of Miami Cubans. See, Pisces go from empathetic to demon. Those are our 2 levers. You can keep us chill and empathetic, or you can make us demons. And I have 0 tolerance for racism directed at me. 0. I'm talking about willful hate. Like, the Miami Cubans' racism is some of the most like, their racism is even more hateful than the regular whites. If you can believe that. Because I've said this so many times in my content, that when other minority groups are vying for a seat at whiteness or an entrance into white club, the cost to that is you have to prove how fucking racist you can be to black people. This is why the Italians are more racist than, like, any minority group vying for a seat at white club. The entry is, I'm talking about violent anti-blackness, and they do that so well. Like, the Miami Cubans go for gold. They, like, if anti-blackness was a sport, the Cubans will get gold every fucking time. And because of that, they have ruined Miami for me. I don't go.
This time around, I think people need to learn from their mistakes, because you can't tell how you've been there for decades, you've been there in America, you've been having good life, working each and every time, and yet you never wanted to look for papers, for legal papers. This Cuban, most of them, They came out to convince them, see, come and join Republicans. We are going to look a way to do mass deportation, and each and every migrant is going to get deported out of America. And you'll be the one to occupy all these jobs you are seeing right now. And then these Latinos, without thinking twice, they came out to join these Republicans campaigns, and you have seen the results. According to them, each Latinos, they thought that every migrant, especially these Black Americans, these Asian people, everyone they see in America, they thought that they are immigrant. Imagine they never had enough knowledge that Black Americans are not migrants. They can't be deported. For them, they think that, oh, wow, that's a good idea. Let's do this. We are going to vote for this to come back in the office, and all these Black Americans, all these Asian, all these Chinese, we are going to make them go back to their home countries. Now try to imagine that mindset. You don't even want to know the history of Black people. You don't know even what is really going on. You are just jumping in politics anywhere you want. Now you are crying. You are crying all over internet. You are looking for sympathy. And those Black people, you went behind the carpet to vote for them to get deported. Right now, you need a help from them. Now see what is really happening. You can't tell how in your mind you would think that everyone in America came in America illegally. That's how these Latinos, they thought that each and everyone, a part of white people, each and every race or any ethnicity they see in America, they are immigrants. For them, they thought that when mass deportation starts, they will only detain criminals and all those other migrants, nothing will concern them. Now see. When you try to observe these Latinos, you have seen a lot of videos. They are coming on internet piece that Black people are not joining them, that they've been with Black people during Black Lives Matters. If you ever had some videos from this protest during Black Lives Matters, how many Latinos did you see in those videos? They were only 10, 20, or 15. They were even marching behind so that no one would ever recognize that they are in that protest. And right now, you are blaming Black people that they are not showing any sympathy. Sometimes these people need to stop these things of hypocrisy. How are you going to stop all this? Why, when problems comes at your door, it's when you think about the next option to learn for Black people? I think this time around, people need to know, if you said you know how to protest well, you know how to do your things, you have your own traditional and culture, which is so far different from Black Americans. Now, why this time you look for their helps? Why you can't focus on your community? Why can't you even go for Asian community? Why each and every time in America, when there is a problem, the first things they think is to go for Black people? Do you think that Black people, it's now a cheap labor? You have find out yourself that any time of difficulties, those are the one who become to rescue you. And this Latino till date, they are pissed. You find they are shouting, oh, if you don't want to help us, well, it's up to you. We are going to look for another ones. You have seen that video of that Mexican man. She got a trend. He came out to say that Black people, who told you will come to look for you for help? We have Venezuelans, we have Cubans, we have other race in South America who will come for us. And yet, after a few minutes, they came back to say, oh, you don't want to help us. You are quiet. You are silent in this situation. And this is the right time we need you the most. Now see what is really happening about these people. When you try to understand, these Latinos try to ask people who've been working with them. The way you are seeing them crying now, but when you go deeper, You get testimonies from people who've been working with them. They are even not good people. They are the real betrayer for all the time. You have seen this black owner's business. He came out on internet. He is now a trendy video. This man is saying the way a lot of Latinos has been approaching him, even to offer him money to fire black people so that these Latinos, these Hispanic people will only stay in that business. They have that level of hatred. They thought that in their lives, they would live, they would spend anything than seeing a black people close to them. They never knew that this man is a business owner. You see, each and every time is getting exposed now. This is the right time people need to know who is really these Latinos. When you see how these people cause a lot of damages, they brought a lot of problems from themselves, and they are the one to cry a lot for the help. Drop your opinion about them. Thank you for watching this episode. See you in my next video.